Right now, the average American carries a credit card balance of around $6,500. With an average interest rate of about 25%, people end up paying $130 per month just to keep up with it. But when we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, America's total credit card debt is sitting at about $1.23 trillion, which is roughly the size of Switzerland's entire economy. Isn't that insane? Take something more common, like buying a brand new Ford pickup. The average price is around $60,000, and very few people pay for it in cash. Most finance it. With a standard deal of 7% APR on a 5-year loan, your monthly payment would be about $1,200. Over 5 years, you're not just paying $60,000 for the truck, you'll actually pay around $71,400 in total. That's an extra $11,400 just for financing. This is what credit looks like in real life. Credit isn't money. It's a system that decides how much of your future is already committed. Every swipe assigns hours you haven't worked yet to problems you haven't met yet. Nothing feels wrong at first. Life stays normal. That's why it works. Chapter 1. Why credit feels safe. Credit doesn't change your life overnight. You wake up the same, drive the same roads, and stop at the same places, because nothing collapses and nothing breaks the moment you swipe. The payment goes through, life keeps moving, and from the outside, everything still looks normal. That's the part people don't talk about. You're walking down the street, you pass a store, and something in the window catches your eye. A hoodie with a flat 60% discount. You weren't planning to buy anything, and you don't really need it, but at that price it feels harmless. So, you swipe your card and walk out. Nothing feels strange, nothing feels wrong, and that's exactly why credit feels safe. It fits perfectly into normal life. The numbers are small, the due dates are far away, and it never asks you to stop or change anything. And because nothing hurts right away, your brain doesn't resist it. If buying a $5 Starbucks actually hurt in the moment, if you felt it right away, most people wouldn't do it, but you don't feel it. It's $5, it's a swipe, you move on, and that's how it starts. Because it's never just one coffee, it's Monday, then Tuesday, then Thursday, then one more on the weekend. It's small enough that you don't think twice, and you tell yourself you'll deal with it later. Then the month ends, you check the statement, and you finally see the total. That's why credit feels safe. You don't have to pay right away, so it's easy to keep saying yes, until the number gets big enough that you can't ignore it. Chapter 2. The real cost. Time, not money. We usually talk about credit in terms of dollars, balances, and payments, but money is only the interface. The real cost of credit is time. Specifically, the future time you no longer get to decide how to use. That cost doesn't show up when you swipe your card. It shows up later when your options start to disappear. You wake up sick, the kind of sick where you know you should rest and take the day off, but instead, you start doing the math in your head. The month is already planned. There's a payment coming up, there's a number you cannot miss, and there's no slack built into your schedule. So you go to work anyway. Not because you want to, and not because it's urgent, but because your time has already been assigned. That's what credit really takes from you. It doesn't just pull money out of the future, it quietly decides when you are allowed to slow down, when you are allowed to recover, and when you're allowed to say, not today. Most of the time, the answer is no. There's no alarm when this happens, and there's no moment where it feels dramatic or extreme. It simply narrows your ability to choose how you spend your time. Credit doesn't take your money, it takes your flexibility, and with it, your ability to say no later. Chapter 3. Credit is a force, not a villain. Credit isn't good or bad. On its own, it doesn't decide outcomes. What it does is compress time. It pulls future effort into the present and makes things move faster. In doing so, it can quietly shift who benefits inside the system. Here's a simple example. You're standing in line at a store, paying with cash or a basic debit card. You buy something small, and you pay the listed price. The person in front of you taps a premium travel credit card, something like an American Express Gold. The purchase amount is the same, the store is the same, the checkout is the same, but the outcome is not. That card earns rewards, cashback, airline miles, hotel points, upgrades, things that later turn into real value. Now here's the part most people don't realize. Every time someone pays with a credit card, the store owner has to pay a processing fee to the card company and the bank. To cover that fee, the store doesn't charge one person more. Instead, it slightly raises prices across its products, so the cost is spread out. That means the price on the shelf already includes the cost of accepting credit cards. So even when you pay with cash or debit, you are still helping cover those fees. And those fees are what help fund the rewards that premium cardholders receive. So even if you never earn points, miles, or cash back, you are still participating in a system that rewards people who do. That's not a trick, and it's not about blame. It's simply how the system works. People who understand how credit works are able to position themselves to benefit from it. People who don't still participate in the system, they just don't see where the value is going. Credit doesn't just compress time, it also concentrates benefits toward the people who know how to use it. Credit doesn't change your path, it speeds it up. Chapter 4. The Drift. If a surprise $400 bill hit you today, new tire, urgent prescription, or any minor repair, do you think most adults could cover it immediately without borrowing? Most people assume yes, but the Federal Reserve found that 37% of adults would not cover a $400 expense with cash or its equivalent. That's roughly 1 in 3 people. That's where we stand right now. Most people don't fall behind because they're reckless. They fall behind because they're normal, and life is normal, and the gap between fine and stuck is smaller than it looks. You can be paying your bills on time and still be one random expense away from panic. Not because you're broke, but because there's no cushion. When there's no cushion, everything becomes urgent. It usually starts with something boring: a tire, a prescription, a copay, a phone that dies at the wrong time. You don't sit down and decide, I'm going to ruin my finances. You just solve the problem in front of you the fastest way you can. So you put it on the card, and the first time, it feels manageable. Life continues. The lights are still on. You still go to work. Nothing dramatic happens. But the balance doesn't disappear when the week ends. Now, the minimum payment shows up next month like a new bill you never agreed to. It's not huge, which is exactly why it's dangerous. It fits inside your life without forcing you to change anything. That's when the timeline starts shrinking. It's not one big mistake. It's a slow trade. You keep exchanging tomorrow for today, and you don't notice the cost until you realize you've lost flexibility. This is why people get stuck without ever feeling like they chose it. They didn't suddenly become irresponsible. They just ran out of margin, and once margin is gone, stress starts driving. Most collapses don't start with poverty. They start with no room for error. And when there's no room for error, even a normal life starts to feel like a trap. Chapter 5. The difference that actually matters. Let's kill the fake definition of freedom, because this is where most people get played. Most people don't ask, can I afford the car? They ask, can I afford the monthly payment? So they walk into a dealership, see a brand new truck, and hear only $600 a month, and suddenly it feels like they're moving up. Same thing with houses. People don't ask, can I afford the home? They ask, can I scrape the down payment? So they stretch for the bigger place because it looks like success, even if every month after that is tight. Here's what nobody says out loud. A lot of what looks like freedom is just debt wearing good clothes. A car isn't an asset that makes you richer over time. It's a machine that loses value while you drive it. And when you finance it, you're not just paying for something that depreciates, you're paying interest on top of something that's already going down in value. So you're taking a loss, paying a fee, and calling it a flex. Credit cards work the same way, just faster. The interest isn't 3% or 5%. It's often in the teens or 20s. That's not a little fee. That's an entire extra job you didn't apply for, quietly added to your month. And the real problem is bigger than cars or cards. Debt, at its core, is simple. It's you spending future income today and paying a price for the privilege. So after everything in this video, here's the real definition of freedom. Freedom isn't luxury. Freedom is optionality. It's having enough margin that a normal surprise doesn't turn into panic. It's being able to take a sick day without doing math in your head. It's being able to slow down, say no, walk away, and still be fine, because your time isn't already assigned to payments. That's what wealth looks like when you strip away the marketing. The richest people aren't the ones who can buy anything. They're the ones who don't have to. Because when you don't have to, you own your time. And that's why credit isn't money. It's a mirror.